Good morning, beauty besties. Today I'm doing a Javvy Protein Coffee review because it is 2026 and we all have those body goals. So part of the reason I really like Javvy is because it's actually real coffee, so it definitely has that caffeine that I'm looking for in the morning, but it also has protein. Each scoop has 10 grams of protein. I like to do 2 scoops to get that 20 grams of protein in the morning, and I make mine with whole milk that's lactose free, so already upping my protein. I'm roughly probably getting about 30 grams protein in the morning, which is amazing because this helps to avoid any of those sugar crashes and keep me full throughout my day. This is a great if you are using this as a pre-workout moment before you go to the gym. You need to get something after your 9 to 5. I personally work a 9 to 5, so I definitely know the struggle of trying to get to the gym after work, but also feeling sluggish. And this does not make me feel like that at all. It contains prebiotics and MCTs. So this literally does help me so much with like digestive support and just sustained energy in general throughout my day. I personally love the caramel flavor over the French vanilla, but I will have to tell you guys, I personally do feel like I'm very sensitive to the taste of artificial sweeteners. And so I do want to give a disclaimer that because this has zero sugar, it says it also has no stevia and no artificial sweeteners. I have no idea what they sweeten this with, but to me it does have a alcoholic sweetener type of vibe to it, and I just want to give that disclaimer. So I do add creamer to this, and I do try to make mine more of a little bit of a latte vibe because I want this to taste good if I'm going to be drinking it every day. And it is good on its own, but I definitely have a sweet tooth and I really like my coffees to feel very indulgent. So that's definitely what I'm trying to go for here. I also want to make sure to mention that this has 80 milligrams of caffeine per serving. This is not a protein powder that tastes like coffee. There is a difference. This is a coffee that does have protein as well, which I think is amazing. It also doesn't have any kind of chalkiness to it or like weird aftertaste, which I think is great. But I will say that you do have to mix it well. For me, my preferred method, as you guys saw here, was to use a blender bottle and just shake it manually. You can use one of those like little frothers. I think this is a significantly better way to do it to like get the consistency I'm looking for. I've got some protein goals to hit this year. I'm going to the gym after work. It's early in the morning. I've got my protein coffee. I did 2 scoops of the Javvy Protein Coffee. Each scoop is 10 grams of protein. And normally the coffee that I've been drinking is just not gonna hit those macro goals for me. Today I'm using my favorite protein coffee. I've tried a bunch of other brands that claim to have protein that tastes like coffee, and it just never quite hits the same. You mix it with your choice of milk, and each scoop has 10 grams of protein. 2 scoops, 20 grams of protein. Today I'm going to the gym. I'm gonna try to hit my goals. Honestly, I've got an obsession lately with a little iced coffee, and that is just not hitting my macro goals. With each scoop being 10 grams of protein, I put 2 in here, and I've hit my protein goals for the morning. This is me skipping breakfast, but still fulfilling my protein goals early on in the day. I've been using this coffee for a few weeks at this point, so I already know how I like it with a lot of ice. I like to use my blender bottle first and then pour it in my to-go cup. Now, I love an iced coffee as much as the next girl, but it is just not helping me thrive. I am not looking where I want to look. I like to add a little bit of creamer, a little bit of extra milk. I like to make mine very latte-esque. You could always like add a little syrup, add a little extra yumminess to it. Because at the end of the day, you're still hitting your protein goals. And this honestly tastes like a banana bread latte because the base is already caramel. I just add a little bit of banana syrup. That's so good. Okay, honestly, you can play around with your recipes, try all things. My favorite flavor is in fact the caramel. I'm a caramel girly, but I've also been trying out the French vanilla. It has 0 grams of sugar, 10 grams of protein per scoop, and prebiotics. You guys, I could not ask for a coffee to do me better than they do. And the reality is, I'm a busy girl. I work a full-time job. I do content on the side. I juggle so much in my daily life. Like, my grandma just moved in with me. My mom and I are now her caretakers. Like, life is really busy, and I'm still trying to find a balance of this new era of my life. And starting off my day with a coffee that actually makes me feel really good throughout the day is the best part of my morning. Not to mention that it actually is coffee and contains 80 milligrams of caffeine per scoop. That is like having 2 shots of espresso if you do 2 scoops of protein. So Javvy is gonna come in clutch for us to get that spring baked body ready. Something I forgot to mention, and I was thinking about it on my drive over here. This tastes exactly like my coffee order that I get all the time at 7 Brew. I don't even want to know how many calories it is, but I'm going to put it here because I'm sure that this is insane. And I know that the macros on this are like significantly better. Like even if I added milk and syrup and creamer, it was just a splash of each of those things except for the milk, which I obviously needed to make the base. And the milk is also pretty good. If you guys want to try Javvy, I'm going to leave the link to the website down in the description below. If you have any questions, leave me a comment.